All right, I'm here for a live draft game against Anthony again. This is the new series now since you didn't win the last one. So now I'm 1-0 in live drafts. We'll see what
Right,
happens
right.
from there.
Best of luck.
Yeah, you too. So we're just gonna start with the voting, and I have some thoughts.
All right.
3, 2, 1. All right, strong opinions on metal.
I'm going to ban metal this time.
Okay. I will include water and wood.
Okie dokie.
So we need to do some things. We need to randomly decide who has initiative. So would you like odd or even?
Let's go even.
All right, you got it. And then we have remaining would be earth and fire for our last element. And the way I like to do this is I'll just shuffle these two together and just pick off the top.
I like it.
So the last is fire, the classic
Coolio.
element pairing. Sick.
Oh, if you could promote me
Oh, that would be
from peasant
helpful.
status.
The downside of me getting rid of the interface, I guess.
Oh, you can't.
Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, we had a minor technical issue, but I promoted Anthony, so we're good to go. Good luck.
Have fun.
Okay, starting pack, always a fun time. This is probably my favorite grouping of elements to play in live draft. It's interesting. Earth is like my favorite element in constructed, and then fire is my favorite in live draft. I don't know. They're like it's different based on different things. I like them all to be honest, but for some reason this one just has so much interaction and weird stuff you can do that I quite like it. And there's a lot going on here. Holy cow. I like so much of this. Let's walk through it. So Corrupting Blight is very strong. A player of your choice who doesn't control me gains control of me, and it's a virus. So you can put this onto an opponent's unit at the end of the battle phase and basically just steal their thing. And then obviously they would get it the next turn, but you could sacrifice it, you could recall it. So a lot of cool stuff you can do there. So I like this card. I have yet to get a Xenopod Progenitor to work. Also, Echo of Despair is so sick. After combat, if a player lost life in this battle, create a copy of me. So part of me just wants to try an Echo of Despair because it's cool. This card is really good. After combat, you get an XX, where X is the number of attacking units. In particular, I think doing this early in combination with Corrupting Blight can be very strong because you attack with this, you hit once, you get a 1/1, whatever. That turn, you steal their thing with the Corrupting Blight, deploy more stuff to the board, and suddenly have this giant army that your opponent has to deal with. So that's one direction you could go. But I kind of want to Echo of Despair, man. So let's try and set up for that. I don't think this is optimal. I think Embermaw is a very strong start. I like that. You could also do something like Ralph Corrupting Blight, give it to the opponent, get 3/3s back. You could go Corrupting Blight Soul Swallower, so you could set up to steal their unit and then sacrifice it, so they're kind of out, and you would essentially play Soul Swallower turn 1, and then have Static Courier to like sack to get fireballs. That's another direction. So there's a lot of different things you can do here. Arc Lightning and Torrential Reclamation are also really good. Toxicity, this pack is excellent. Like, really, truly exceptional pack. I think I'm going to take Corrupting Blight. Toxicity is really good. I like that card. Static Courier goes well with these things and Soul Swallower. Maybe I have talked myself into turn 1 Embermaw Fledgling here. Immolate can be good with Corrupting Blight. Torrential Reclamation is very good. Same with Recall. So I'm kind of scared of both of these cards. Arc Lightning we can handle with Soul Swallower out. And we're going to get rid of... I might try and wheel the Static Courier. Maybe I don't care too much about Soul Swallower yet. I think Static Courier Toxicity is kind of sick as well. So let's do that. All right, that was one of the most insane opening packs I've ever had, to be honest.
I'm horrified to hear that.
Yeah, we'll see what
All right.
happens though.
I'm gonna go ahead and go wood fire.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we're still gonna do it. I'm gonna get double fire for one of my favorite dudes that I never see anyone else play, but I like him.
I'll pass for haste.
Yeah, no haste for me.
Coolio. I'm gonna play this guy.
Oh, that changes things. Okay.
Okay.
Everything is deadly. Well, all right. We got Ember Maw Fledgling.
Ooh. Alrighty. On to the next one.
Yep. I'm just waiting for that flame of history from you. Okay, so my opponent gave everything deadly. Okay, there's a lot of cool stuff in this pack actually. Tempest Oracle is really good with recall and reclamation, so that's like a really good way to get value. Um, Death Greeter is interesting. I have a lot of cheap stuff, and I could kind of try and move into this and then just play expensive units. I have never done that. I want to try that. Corrupting Blight I like because it can steal stuff, but like we're not getting inspiration. Like all of these are cheap, right? I can static courier and then play volatile toxicity, and Death Greeter will make them sacrifice. So we're gonna try Death Greeter here. Uh, Tempest Oracle is interesting, just because it's good with recall, but I guess Death Greeter trigger would make me sacrifice it anyway. But it is really good, so it's tempting. I guess I'm gonna be base fire, splashing water, wood. I'm okay with that. I can ditch the sacrificial burst. I'm gonna need 2 cards for mana here. They could be these two, and then my play would be like Tempest Oracle Death Greeter and just start wiping out my opponent. It's not the best combo with Fledgling, but I think Fledgling's probably gonna trade with Rotspore Herald this turn anyway. So we'll see what happens. I really haven't used Death Greeter in a match in a while, so it's interesting. Like the card is weird. Whenever you play a spell during battle, each player sacrifices a unit with cost less than or equal to the spell's cost. So if there's a token and you play like a 0 cost, they have to sack the token. If they have a 2/2 in play and I play like Torrential Reclamation X equals 2, then they would have to sacrifice the 2/2. So it's a pretty cool card to take down like bunches of smaller units. And I don't think I've ever played this card in a live draft game. I have a constructed deck that I just built around it, so I'm starting to understand how this card is supposed to work. I know I designed it, but it's still like it's hard to play with. So I'm excited about that. And then Static Courier is just makes fireballs when it dies, hard to go mad with. And then Tempest Oracle, we can get a lot of value with if we recall the Oracle and stuff like that. So a couple directions. I can, if my opponent plays a bunch of small units, I can Death Greeter.
You weren't kidding.
Otherwise, they can Static Courier. Yeah, right. That pack is, and that's what I passed.
I know. All right, here we go.
Let's do it. I'm gonna ditch 2 resources. I'm gonna get a water and a prismite.
Nice. Um, we're gonna go a fire and a prismite for me.
Okay. I mean, coming in, might as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and let's counterattack.
Okay. Uh, Anything before damage?
Nothing before damage for me.
Okay, you take 1, and I will try and make a 1/1 dude.
That is good.
Sick. All right, over here. Am I just taking 2?
I'm good to go to damage over here.
All right, 2 damage. Boop.
Coolio.
Okay. Given that, we're gonna go Static Courier Tempest Oracle.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with this guy.
That is a big dude.
Wait. I meant to play the other one.
Okay.
At risk of giving you information, I want this one.
Okay, that. Oh, okay. That's terrifying. Oh, and I know what I passed you too. Oh, jeez.
All right.
We can deal with this. Everything's deadly, right? So it's fine.
Yeah. Should be fun.
Okay. So that's terrifying. So I passed my opponent Arc Lightning, which does some things. This my opening packs. We're not fungal gardening. Yeah, the plans can change in Algomancy very quickly. Death Greeter. I don't know if that's what I'm doing anymore. Null Drone plus Recall is pretty nice. I wish I had another way to damage myself here. Xenopod Progenitor is pretty nice with all this stuff. Phytochemical is potentially a good answer to Ember of Life if they're trying to target my units. But it would require going into double wood, and that's not exactly where I'm going. Immolate can help too. Immolate gives me a way to fizzle if they try and Arc Lightning like my squad. I can Immolate to sacrifice the target, and that would stop it. Lonely Forager gives us like a really sick card advantage engine though with Reclamation Recall, so I could do something like this. I think this card is so sick too. Like Dreamfloat plus Xenopod would give us a bunch of 2/2s. So I could do something like that, and then I guess it's a question of, do I want to Immolate or do I want a Reclamation? I think we're gonna go down the Immolate path because we're just gonna try and bury them in card advantage, and this is graftable. I think that's my deciding factor here. This is not graftable, so I'm gonna trade that for mana. This pack is gonna get trashed anyway, so we'll see what happens. I guess one more point in favor of Immolate is it's really good with Xenopod Progenitor because it's one or more. So I can Immolate, sack the Oracle, draw a card, then draw a card off the Immolate for like a lot of different triggers of the Progenitor. I've yet to make this guy work in a live draft, so today's the day.
Alright, we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
And then mana time. I'm gonna recycle this to get a fire and a shard.
I will follow suit. Base fire and a shard.
Julio.
Your initiative.
Mm-hmm. Let's declare no attacks.
Okay. We're rolling in.
Here comes the squad.
Everything deadly.
Yup.
I think we're gonna do. I guess you could kill two things with one blocker that way. We'll just do straight line formation, see what happens.
Straight up, huh?
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Not the arc lightning that I passed you. Definitely not that.
The weird thing is that I know that you know that I have it.
Yes. That is sort of the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm. 3, taking a lot of damage. If I
What a
just
bluff it would be if I just had no answers.
that would be crazy. We'll force you to do something. I would like to arc lightning targeting this guy.
Okay. I guess this we're gonna immolate sacrificing the static courier as an additional cost.
Ah, that's a pretty good answer.
It is uncounterable answer even.
Yeah, true that. You got it.
Okay, so he makes a fireball.
Oops, this goes to my bin.
3 here. I'll draw a card. Ember of Life is the scarier one, but if you have Luminous Arc, I would like my removal in response, I think. Although I could force you to do it now. I'm okay to go to blocks, I think.
Okay. Let's block here.
Okay. So Fledgling dies, that's okay. You keep Ember of Life. Okay. I'm willing to go to damage, and you take 3 currently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Dead, you take 3, and then I guess after combat, I'm gonna try and kill your Ember of Life.
Mm-hmm. That is. We'll go ahead and. This guy's just a 1/1, huh?
Yeah, he is.
I'll let that go.
Okay. Cool. Regroup.
Mm-hmm. I'll pass, sadly.
Okay, we got the Xenopod Progenitor,
Ooh,
the homie. I've yet to
the
use this
homie.
dude in a live draft.
I'm stoked.
We'll see what happens. By initiative, new packs of 12. Holy cow, okay. A lot of cards. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, so we definitely want Dreamfall Drifter Recall. We could go really crazy with Soul Siphon. That's super greedy, but it's an option. Soul Siphon, like Smoldering Inferno to try and wipe their thing is something. Um, what are we thinking here? Inferno Grovekeeper can deal with token spam, but I'm kind of the one doing token spam. Rebalance is pretty good, although not very good against me, so I could give it to my opponent and then just kind of play carefully around it. And something like this is okay. I want to ditch a card for resources. I guess Hoobanan. My opponent in wood. Sort of. They could be. I could Whispering Mantid, but I don't really need that. Because really I just want to get this down and then just get so many like tokens here. Uh I could even hit really hard with Smoldering Inferno too. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do this and take the Verdant Necrophage for resources instead of the Tide Lurker. And this lets me stay open. Yeah, and I'll just draw all of those to hand. There's the pack. Because really, I have a lot of good augments in the bin, right? Like Static Courier, when I die, create a Fireball XRX is my power. I could play Smoldering Inferno and graft this onto it, and then just get the ability to make a giant fireball. I kind of just want to. How much mana is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm gonna have 8, so I even have mana to recall if I need to. I kind of like that. So I think that's the play. It's just 7/1 that kills itself, and it'll also make a giant fireball when it dies. We can pitch this to get fire in a shard just so we get some more mana, and we're open in mana. We could move into double water or we could move into a single wood. Both are valid options for us. That feeling, I resonate with that so much. So I felt about the arc lightning. I was like, uh,
Yep. Right.
I'm gonna
Oh,
ditch one for fire shard.
similar.
Cool. And we're just rolling in.
Coming on in. Oh, I do have a haste unit.
Okay. Oh, that changes some things. We're still gonna roll in.
Okie dokie. Good to go to blocks.
Yeah.
I will like to. Let's block here.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And then damage.
Yeah. Oh, I guess this doesn't work out as well as I want it to. Now that I think about it.
So this
Hmm.
guy, when it dies, each player has to
uh,
sacrifice something.
shoot. Yeah, let's go damage.
Okay. So this dies. We're both gonna have to sacrifice. You don't have anything else, so I will.
Yep.
You take 3 off these dudes,
Hmm.
and I could get super greedy here, but I guess let's see. 1, 2. There's a play I really want to make. Yeah, we're gonna commit to the play here. I'm just gonna sack the token.
Okay.
That's all I got.
You got it. Anything else before regroup?
Nope.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Boop boop boop. Okay, we got Smoldering Inferno,
Ooh.
Augment Static Courier onto the
Ooh.
Inferno, and then we're gonna roll in a Dreamfloat Drifter.
Oh boy. Uh, terrifying. Terrifying news. Let's go Harbinger.
Also terrifying. Okay.
Um, plus. Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dreams
I would like a fireball.
that will be deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Right, on to the next one.
Next pack. Okay. What do we got here? So the opponent got rid of Hearthwood Ancient. Oh man, this Molten Riftbreaker is gonna be devastating, I think. So my opponent's probably gonna try and Deadly Fireball something. I can augment Molten Riftbreaker onto their guy, which will give it the when I despawn, negate all allied spells, and then I can kill their guy because everything is deadly, and it'll counter their stuff. And that seems pretty good here. So let's take that in a Twin Flame. Get rid of the Flame Breath Initiate. Mirage Walker for ambush is also really sick. Although Dreadwave Devour I like quite a lot too. This just counters a spell. But I think we're kind of set up to Mirage Walker here, so let's do that. We're gonna like fill our hand, do a bunch of stuff. If they try and kill something, I can either Riftbreaker their guy, ambush the target, and then trigger Xenopod Progenitor. Although they're probably gonna try and kill him specifically. So we'll see what happens there. And I think I have to trade for mana too. I don't want to trade for mana though. um, hmm. I guess I don't technically have to. This is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can't do Mirage Walker Twin Flame Riftbreaker. I could do Mirage Walker Twin Flame Recall, or I could do Twin Flame Riftbreaker Recall. So I think I'm just not gonna get mana. Although I want all this mana to pay for the Progenitor. So I do want mana. So I just get rid of this. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to get mana because I'm gonna be drawing cards anyway. So if it, like in the future, I'm gonna be able to trade these for mana, get stuff back. Mirage Walker really wants me to not play stuff, so I can get 3/3s. The way this works at the end of turn, if you took no actions during deployment, you make a 3/3. So the idea is you ambush it and then spend all your turn interacting, and then you just do nothing during deployment, no graft, no plays, anything, and you start getting 3/3s. Pretty sick.
Right. Let's go with this.
Sounds good.
For mana, I'm going to recycle 1, make a wood trade, and grab a prismite or create a shard from that.
I love that sequence. I might be doing the same. Pitch one for a water, and then ditch this for a water and a shard.
Okie.
Let's do it. Any haste?
Let's do it.
I have no haste.
No haste for me.
Okay.
I think I'm going to send in the boy.
That seems reasonable.
And before blocks, I would like to go here.
Drifty.
My fireball. Yeah, get him out of here.
Okay. I guess I will try and twin flame your friend in response.
My friend. Let's sacrificial burst.
Okay.
I was trying
Sacrificing
to do
him.
that with this, but that doesn't work because you just sacrifice the unit that I'm targeting with this.
Yes. Yeah. I see.
So changed my mind on that one. I'm gonna target this guy again.
Okay. Not the Xenopod. Interesting. Okay. So targeting him. Let's try a Mirage Walker ambush on the
Okay.
Dreamfloat Drifter. So the stack is currently this.
Affirmative.
All on your guy.
All right. Let's. How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Get him out of here.
All consuming blaze, the Dreamfloat Drifter, countering Mirage Walker. Sad.
Committed at this point.
Yeah, and no, it seems good here. I don't know what else I can really do. I guess. How many cards do you have in hand?
2.
2 still in hand. My poor Xenopod. Trying to think. Okay, that's fine. So Drifter dies from that. Mirage Walker's targets are now invalid because it was killed. So that goes to the bin. And then
Same for this.
same with this. Same with that.
And same with this.
So that's what we got there.
Yep.
And if you will allow, I would like to hang out over here.
Yeah, you got it. I got nothing before damage, tragically.
Oh, geez. Okay. That's 7, 10, 12.
It is.
And then after combat, Inferno's going to sacrifice it to make a fireball 7.
Yep.
And I will fireball you for 7.
Yep.
Okay. Down to 4. Okay. Down to regroup, I guess.
Yup.
Got a Hubanan.
Ubanan and this guy.
That dude. We're gonna put a Dreamfloat Drifter onto
For
the.
sure.
Actually, put on the Tempest Oracle. That makes sense to me. That's all I got.
Ooh. Yeah,
I'm trying
for
to give
sure.
you cards, and you're just not allowing it, and I don't know why.
Gee, I wonder. All right.
Draw two. Okay,
Now
so
what?
this pack is interesting. Wildfire is just very lethal. I think my opponent's just dead. The 14 damage off this was sorry. 14 damage off this was a
Okay.
lot of damage. I'm not entirely sure how they can get out of it. I will send a Tidal Menace at them. And we'll just see what happens with that going on. Put it in their wheelhouse.
That was a quick draft.
Yeah, you did pass me Wildfire, so that is known.
I did. I did. I remember that.
That was before you
Like
took
I had a plan.
the
Hmm?
Smoldering Inferno Fireball damage, though.
Right. It was on the table. Hmm. Oh boy. All right.
I have no mana.
I will also not take mana.
I have a haste, though.
Oh God. Okay.
The
Yeah.
classic Tidal Menace.
Yeah. What a legend.
We're coming in.
Yep.
So I will target you to draw a card and myself to draw a card.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pay one for each of those. Oh,
You got it.
to make so we each draw one. And I'll make two dudes. Okay. Then we can go to blocks, I suppose. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go to blocks.
All right. Well, it must be done.
Yep, that makes sense to me. I am comfortable going to damage here. You
All right.
would take
I will
two.
take two.
Okay. Uh,
Easy
this
trade.
dies, he dies, and I will attempt to recall with you at two.
Oh no. Well, I have to.
Hush mush that. I will let that happen,
You got the mush.
and then I will try and wildfire you for two.
I must.
Okay, okay, you know what? Fair enough.
We got a game, huh?
Still
Okay.
alive.
Staying in it. Staying in it.
Regroup.
Got 4 units, but alive right now.
Let's do it. I have no
And
graft enablers to put recall on. I'll just play a guy, I guess.
all right. Yep, yep, yep.
You're gonna make some
Um,
bananas.
I mean, I guess I may as well just make this guy big
Yeah, that makes okay. Okay.
in an attempt. See what we can do, I guess.
It's new packs too, right?
Yep.
All right. I
Do you
guess
have
I
you have
should
no
have.
cards?
I have no cards in hand.
So you're saying there's a chance.
The double counter was pretty sick. Okay, put those back. Draw
I
12.
ripped the hush mush off the top.
You've got the
That was mean.
initiative.
Yup.
Okay.
All right. This card is not a battle card.
Definitely keep
Keep
that
that
in
in
mind.
mind.
Okay, Abyssal Evocation is our ticket. We have two potentially lethal cards, so this lets me play stuff from my bin in battle, which is just very good. I guess I can put the pack here. This is the one I'm looking at. I can really only take two cards here. I guess Rune Channeler. Actually, there's a lot of stuff that would just kill my opponent here. I think
Only
we're
get
gonna
three
have
of these, huh?
initiative next turn. So we're gonna send in Astral Tide Wraith, which does damage equal number of cards in hand, and I can just graft recall to it, which will do the damage. It's very hard for them to get out from under. So I think that's the play here. Because Abyssal Evocation's also they're gonna need another counter spell to deal with that one. But if they do, I mean, if they have a counter spell plus a burn spell here specifically, it's pretty good because Ember of Life makes a bunch of 1/1s, and then they can sacrifice those 1/1s to make a bunch of
Okay.
fireballs, and they can like clear my board. It's gonna be tricky, and they can also sack the bananas too. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's see what you got.
Well, I can do that. I guess this is. Oh shoot, that doesn't even. Okay, sorry. Before I have haste, I'm gonna do this guy.
Okay, that
Um,
is also
that's
good.
something. Um,
You still have 2 cards in hand.
yeah. I'm gonna. I think I have to send it.
Yeah, I think so too. That's like the because you get the
Um,
bananas and stuff.
yeah. So, this guy and this guy on the stack,
Okay. Guess there's. We'll
and
try
I'm gonna
and
target this.
force you to have it.
It's pretty good. Um, that'll resolve.
Okay. I will try and wildfire you for 2.
You got it this time.
Oh. Okay. What would you have done if I didn't
Really.
have that?
So if you didn't have that, I get some bananas and this guy, and then I was gonna play this
Oh, jeez.
on something, stack all my dudes, make 5 fireballs.
This is all I had besides evocation, by the way.
Oh man, I think I could. Let's see. So
So this is just gone. So this is my board.
I guess it's similar. Well, no, I can play this, let it resolve
You'll get
on whatever.
5 units. So
Um,
this makes a 1/1. Well, it deals damage equal to the number of units you control. It's just 5.
right. So I get five 1/1s, right?
5/1/1s.
Yeah.
Let's make
And
those.
then I guess that gives me even more fireballs.
Yes.
I was gonna go, let's see. So I can't take any damage, so I have to kill everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a Brit, but I don't have the mana for it, I'm realizing. But there was nothing else in that pack that helped me anyways.
Okay.
So I need to kill everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
6,
7, 8.
7, 8. So I keep 2 units. I keep these guys, I guess.
And
Oh wait,
spirit
and then this
spirit also kills
actually.
one.
So I can keep 3 units. I can keep this and wipe your board with the rest of the fireballs.
So spirit kills one of these. Or I guess I would probably sack the mush. And then
Yeah.
2 fireballs here, 2 fireballs here. Oh geez. Okay.
Mhm.
1 here, 2 here. Yeah, and then I have no board, and
That's actually pretty good.
that's so close.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I can't believe it was that close. I mean, granted, you have no board and I have 3 units, but you also have 28 and I'm at 2, so I have a lot of fighting to do still.
Yeah, being at 2 against fire is tough. What was in this pack? Oh, yeah, nothing super helpful. I guess I should end the video. So,
Oh yeah, thanks for the game.
yeah, thanks so much for watching, everyone. I guess we're now 2-0 in live draft. We'll see where the streak takes us. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time.